It's a very Marvel-centric episode 13 of Electric Fan Cave on electricfeast.com. Corrigan Vaughn here with Heather Feather and your friend and mine, John Vanderhoef, who's like super into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We're going to chat with John about the new Captain America movie and the MCU as a whole, but first we're going to make him suffer through a little idle chatter about what's going on outside Marvel Studios. We're going to check out the trailer for 22 Jump Street. We'll chat a little about How to Train Your Dragon 2, and we'll toss around some commentary on the Dutch teenager who thought she was being super cute by threatening American Airlines with terrorism. Teenagers, right? So, yeah, before we get into it, Heather, we've definitely got a correction from last week. You may have noticed. Everyone and their mom commented on YouTube, on Facebook, messaged me, all that kind of stuff, to tell me that Under the Bridge by Red Hot Chili Peppers is neither about the LA riots, nor simply a love song to LA, but is actually about, you know... Heroin, yeah, drugs.
Come on, what?
This is a thing I think I knew at one point in time, but, like, as we were debating it, I just forgot, and I was just like, no, Heather's wrong about the riot thing, and...
Are all those people calling my mom a liar?
I think they are, so the only proper way to get satisfaction is to duel.
Yep.
So everyone line up. Heather will be fighting you. This did lead to the best backhanded compliment in the history of time, though, that Matt messaged me and said that he loves our show because we constantly debate things and are both wrong at the end. And he said the show would be ruined if we researched anything beforehand.
Damn it, Matt!
So I'm with you, Matt. Screw the facts. We're not journalists. We're just two girls and this guy hanging out.
Just hanging out.
Yeah. And we're trying to fit John in the frame, too, so that's why I'm, like, leaning really eagerly at the screen. So, if you feel like I'm going to fight you.
They don't know that you can see them perfectly.
Like,
what? They're... I'm talking to them, not you guys.
Oh.
I'm talking to the listeners. They don't know that I can see them perfectly, but they feel so awkward, so I'm just going to let them.
Yeah, we do. We feel weird about it. And you didn't use your quiet whisper voice. That's your telling secrets voice, so...
I'm sorry.
I didn't know. There you go. That's how we know when Heather's talking to someone other than me.
There are codes.
Yeah. She whispers it.
I just thought she was kind of always going between personalities.
Oh.
I stopped watching the video after a while, just listening to, like, the voices.
Listening to it go in and out.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Multiple personalities. So, Heather, how you doing?
I'm good.
Good. Yeah, glad to hear that. And we have quite a few things to talk about.
Yeah.
So, first of all, I just for my own amusement, I want to talk about this girl, this Dutch teenager. So, this girl, she gets on the internet and she tweets at American Airlines something along the lines of, hey, I'm Ibrahim from Afghanistan and something big is going to happen on like May 1st or something like that. And American Airlines is like, that's clever. We have your IP address.
Did they say that's clever?
No.
They complimented her first.
I'm paraphrasing, okay?
Okay, sorry, go
Damn
ahead.
it, John. No, they didn't say she was clever. They instead said we take this super seriously and we have your IP address and we're coming for you. Of course, the internet was quick to be like, they can't do that. They're just messing with her, which I was cool with. And I was like, why are you guys debunking it? She should feel fear, right? Like, you do something stupid, this is what happens. But it turns out they totally could do it, and they arrested her today.
Yeah.
That's kind of awesome, right?
Project Insight. You know, that's how it works.
Yeah.
What do you think, Heather?
I mean...
Because it's not like she's really going to get in trouble. They're just putting the fear of God into her, you know?
You think?
Her tweets after, I felt, were kind of arrogant.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah. Because what did she say afterwards?
She's like, at least I'll have something to talk about at school, or...
Yeah.
Something.
And
someone's knocking at my door. Maybe it's the FBI.
Yeah, and she kept on, like... She got, like, all these followers out of it, and she felt super cool. So I was like, internet, you failed. And so when the authorities stepped in, where we failed to shame her, I felt good about it, personally. We can't have teenagers just going around being teenagers and getting away with it.
I don't think people should be idly threatening airlines with terrorist plots anyway. And why American Airlines? Why not any other?
I don't know, man. I guess that seemed the most credible.
I do hope that she doesn't get in trouble, though.
No, I mean, that would be really sucky if they then, like, did something that put it on her record forever or something like that. For
She's
sure.
being an idiot.
Yeah. I think it's a good example to just be like, okay, we arrested her, we scared her a little bit, and now other teenagers maybe don't do that. Yeah, it would kind of suck if she got into trouble. I'm just mad at the internet right now for, like, supporting her. Like, I don't know if they are now, but just...
People like a show.
Yeah, I can't get behind encouraging kids to be douchebags. And then we're, surprised that kids are douchebags.
No, I do not support douchebaggery.
No, as a general rule.
Endorse it.
Kind of makes me wonder. I mean, if I did something like that, I don't. Not only would I not get followers, but I would. You know, I'm an adult
you would,
in America.
Full on get arrested.
Sure, yeah, like, so I can't repeat that experiment necessarily. It's not a good. No, okay.
Not so much. I mean, if you put it into perspective like that too, like if anyone does something like this, and then, you know, there's always the thing that, like, they kind of have to arrest her because if something were to happen and then they were like, well, this 14-year-old girl did say, you'd be like, oh crap, good job, intelligence community. So
did either of you start following her?
No.
Okay.
Of course not.
Well, you want to keep up with things.
I just sent her like a gif of me shaking my finger at her.
You put her on a list. It's like GIF. Troubled teens. Douchebag teens.
Yeah, douchebag teens. A list by Corrigan Vaughn.
I caught that Jurassic Park that you just did.
Hey, you're with me. Yeah, that's just a thing in the news that was happening other than Colbert and Letterman, which everybody's talking about. Colbert and Letterman and Coachella. That's this week in the news, I think. I like that little...
Oh, that's the Coachella thing.
What?
That's what we're talking about? Wait, Coachella? No?
What? John, what?
Okay, we'll skip over that. Wait, what is Coachella?
What is Coachella?
Wait, wait, am I...
That's where Tupac was resurrected.
It's true, that was where Tupac was resurrected last year. Coachella is the worst thing in the world. It's this huge music festival where all the hipster tools go out into the desert and they get to listen to all the awesome bands that have happened forever while the rest of us sit at home and try to stream it on YouTube.
Wow,
I want to go. I want to be a hipster tool.
My sister went, so, you know, I say this with love, but there's always like celebrity sightings and...
I heard, did you tell me? Oh, sorry, John.
Sorry, go ahead.
Did you tell me that they were paying celebrities to, like, hang out there?
No, are they really?
I don't know. Someone told me that.
I wouldn't be surprised. This year, I mean, the thing is, interesting things always do happen there, and that's part of why I'm so bitter about it, is that you can only go if you're, like, a rich kid with, like, you know, your parents paying things for you, and you can afford to spend that much money and not work for a week. But... It's like they have cool stuff, like Outkast reunited the other night there, which was awesome. And there's a cute video of Beyonce dancing with her little sister on stage. Have you seen it, Heather?
Mm-mm.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna love it.
With her little sister. Videos. Her little sister's a grown woman.
She's still a little... You call your sister a little sister, don't you?
She will always be my little sister.
Exactly. Yeah. Don't you think Beyonce feels the same way?
Beyonce. Maybe.
Yeah, I think old Queen Bee feels that way. And it's really adorable. You guys, everybody watch it. I'll link to it on the site because it's super cute. And then at the end of it, they hug each other and it's all just like hair everywhere. And I want to do this with my little sister when we're famous singers at Coachella. It's never going to happen. But yeah, Coachella is a huge festival, and I don't know how you've managed to not know.
I feel like I just outed myself as super uncool, which is true. I've been seeing that on Twitter. I'm like, Coachella, yeah, not important. Scrolling through.
Do you have Instagram, John?
Yeah. I don't follow anyone, and very few. It's more just so I can look at how artistic I can be with where most of the things are automated, right? Like
automated filters. You don't even like go and like download another app to do it. You're just like, look at how fancy I am in Instagram.
It's all about the framing of close-up objects. Yeah.
I can't wait to see your mic photography at the end of this. Yeah, so that's happening. It's a silly thing. I'm sure, well, I was about to say, I'm sure it's really fun, but no, it sounds like a nightmare to me, because there's so many people. I saw pictures, like people's crowd pictures, and you can end up like a mile away from the stage behind people, and it's like 1,000,000 degrees there.
It'll still be fun.
You're crazy. You can go and tell me all about it, but...
I went to the rally to restore fear,
Oh, you did?
I was there, and I was like right there.
I'm so jealous.
And there's like 500,000 people
right?
there.
This is, yes, I know what this is. I hope Daily Show and
Yeah.
Report. Yeah. God, I was like, not again.
Oh God, what if I'm wrong?
It was like a huge concert, sort of. You know, there was like 500,000 people there.
Yeah.
You couldn't move, and it was the most fun I have ever had. So I think Coachella will be awesome.
I'm less jealous now that you described it that way, because that seriously sounds awful.
No, it was awesome, and everyone was sharing food. Like, everyone was sharing food.
Just like passing hamburgers around.
Really witty signs. I had
That's
candy.
True.
I was passing out candy.
Heather's making friends, handing out candy.
Yeah.
That's cute and creepy. I like it. I'm just not a big fan of like huge crowds. You know,
Me either.
This is...
And someone got hit by a train.
Someone got hit by a train?
Sorry. Sorry. That's not funny.
Serious
John's reaction was automatic laughter.
Yeah. Schadenfreude. It's a problem.
Yeah, it's an issue. That's just the way you delivered it. I don't know.
It was, yeah. It was like, oh, I was having a great time. And then someone got hit by a train.
I'm sure someone in the audience laughed as well. I'm not...
That's cue the dumb ways to die video. You guys have seen that, right? This is my favorite like YouTube video in the history of time.
You've told me about it.
I think so, yeah.
It's just one video, not a series?
No, it's just one. It's an Australian PSA about not getting hit by trains. And it's awesome. And it's really catchy. It's like, dumb ways to die. And it's got all these dancing things that have been dying in really stupid ways, like letting a serial killer into your house and things like that. It's great. It sounds terrible now that I'm saying it out loud.
I just looked at my door to make sure it was
locked.
You don't really know me.
Oh God!
No, I'm just kidding. Gave that up. Gave it up.
Gave that up. Oh boy. So yeah, you should watch a Dumb Ways to Die video. I'll link to that as well. What else were we gonna talk about? We were gonna talk about movie trailers.
Yay!
Yay! Okay, so How to Train Your Dragon 2 trailered. Except for you people on the YouTube, go listen to it or watch it or whatever. You just get to look at us.
Yeah.
Hey, where's your sassy head? Oh, that's...
Is that not good?
Close enough. It's close
Is that
enough.
Sassy?
That's sassy enough.
That's good.
I work on it sometimes.
What did I just say we watched? How to Train Your Dragon?
2.
Yeah.
Two. I was saying to John... Sorry. I was saying to John before... I didn't like the first one as much as everybody else did.
My reaction.
That was not your reaction. Yours was, well, I felt that way about Frozen.
Okay. Well, I didn't know we were being literal. Like, internally, I was like, that face.
Okay.
But externally, I was like, yeah.
That's a valid point of view. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. What is it that makes you guys so happy when you watch How to Train Your Dragon?
It's a cat!
Well, there's a negative point against it for me. I'm also allergic to cats. I don't just dislike them. They make me ill. Oh, God. She's shaming me so hard with that face. I'm sorry. Is that your whole reasoning? You're just like, it's a dragon cat.
It's my cat. Like, it's my cat.
Oh, it's your cat specifically. Yeah. Okay, I thought you meant it was just a cat-like dragon.
It's just like my cat. And they love each other. And they form a bond. And they save each other. How dare you? It's a beautiful movie.
I don't know.
It's beautiful.
I kept falling asleep while I was watching it. I don't know. John?
Gosh, I can't really speak to its strengths necessarily, but I can say that, most movies just offend me. And with, for various reasons, and this one didn't. I thought the relationship between, I don't remember character names, but the boy and the dragon was good. Some of the
Do you know the names?
Toothless.
Yeah, Toothless.
Is that the boy or the dragon?
And
that's the dragon.
Okay.
I know
the boy. The nerdy guy.
He has like a monosyllabic name, like Gus or Voss or.
Yeah, it's something.
Voss, as you know.
Voss. People are
it's very popular these days.
People are named that. But yeah, it was. The animation was beautiful.
Yeah, it was nice.
I mean, that's what as adults, sometimes we have to talk about the animation,
right,
for animated movies, because then we sound more sophisticated.
Yeah, Heather's not buying that.
No, I don't mean we really don't have to.
we don't have to do that.
No.
No, I don't. I'm not against it. It's not that I hated the movie. It was just that I was like, I feel like this is like the story of my life. It's just by the time I see stuff like that, it's been so hyped that I'm like, meh, when I go see it. That's all. So you're excited for How to Drain Your
How to Drain Your Dragon? That is...
Nope.
Well,
nope.
Not the movie.
Nope.
It's funny how we don't even think that way about How to Train Your Dragon, which you could similarly...
I'm sure someone's thought of it.
Okay.
Not us, because
I'm sure someone has thought of it.
Yeah, we are pure and innocent souls. We don't talk about things like that. No. How to Train Your Dragon 2. What'd you think of the trailer? Okay.
My mom is really excited for it.
Aw, that's so cute. By the way, did you tell her she was wrong about that song?
No.
I would never. I'm sorry. Your mom's excited about it. Why are you meh on this?
I don't know. I was meh on the first movie's previews too, and then I saw it, and then it was good. But this one, I don't know. It looks a little goofy.
It seemed sad to me more than goofy. I don't know.
Really?
Like, what does he say? Like, you're as beautiful as the day I lost you. I'm like, this sounds like a crying movie.
I can't believe you didn't cry in the first one.
Wait,
no,
what were
I
the
didn't.
Sad parts?
They're moving parts. They don't have to be sad.
They're moving, yeah. I sob through everything.
Yeah.
But I don't know that, like, moving is always the thing that gets me. I don't know. Sometimes. When I watch Parenthood, it is. But I think it's, like, usually, like, sad or happy. Not so much like, oh, that was touching. I don't know. But
what about the
you
music?
don't deserve that movie.
The music. Oh, my God. This guy. Good job.
Yeah.
I was commenting, I love the use of 30 Seconds to Mars in trailers for, like, kids' movies. Because there was that owl movie, too. Do you guys remember that?
Legends of Aria? No, that's something else entirely. Look it up, though.
The Guardians of Gohu.
Guardians of Gohu, right? And that had some, like, power pop 30 Seconds to Mars action in it as well. And it's just hilarious. Because I feel like that's maybe not what Jared Leto is going for when he writes these songs. Like, this is going to be awesome in a kids' movie trailer. It's going to be...
I bet he was honored that it was in that movie.
I'm sure he was honored by the paycheck.
And I bet he likes cats.
Jared Leto does like cats. I'm sure he seems like a cat person with all that flowing hair and everything. It just cracks me up because I every time I listen to 30 Seconds to Mars, this is the same with Muse. I'm like, who is this enemy that they're always fighting against? Because they're always talking about how they are trying to keep us down and we need to fight them. And you're just like, you're a bunch of white dudes. Like, what? Who is after you? I don't know, but it works great for kids' movie trailers. The man. Damn the man.
The mainstream.
It's a good point. I don't know.
The list goes on.
Jordan Catalano, I'm curious as to what is holding you down, homie. But I like your kids' movie trailers. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not...
Jared Leto come on our podcast.
See, that's how she talks to people who are not us. You getting it?
I do.
Yeah, we'd accept it. I would like to know if he is a cat person. I would like to know who's out to get him.
You would accept it. I would accept it too. I would accept it so hard.
I don't know how I'd feel about it.
John's ambivalent. Like,
no, I would definitely listen to that. That would be great.
Okay, good. Yeah. We'll work on that. Someday I just hope that we're gonna like talk about having someone on this podcast that someone's gonna have a hookup to. They're gonna be like, "That's my cousin," and all of a sudden we're gonna get like an email that's like, "Jared Leto wants you to know he's a cat person and is going to defend his How to
What
Train
would you
Your
talk
Dragon."
to Jared Leto about?
Everything.
I was about to say Party of Five. That's not what I meant. My so-called life, mostly.
Okay.
I think I would talk about my so-called life.
I would talk about our future together.
I could never be with Jared Leto. His hair's too beautiful.
I could be.
She could be. Heather could be with Jared Leto. So if your cousin is Jared Leto, we'd like to discuss that. You can email us at electricfancave@gmail.com. It'll be great. Any other thoughts on that trailer? I mean, what were you thinking, John?
I was thinking, I liked the first movie, and like Heather, the trailer of that didn't wow me, and the trailer for this doesn't wow me. But I'm sure when I eventually watch it, when it's on some kind of streaming service or in the Redbox kiosk, I'll probably not hate it. So I'm feeling good about it.
This is a big screen for you, right, Heather?
Yeah.
With your mom, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. She's excited about it, but we'll see if, like, she's earned it.
Do you do IMAX 3D?
What?
IMAX 3D?
No.
Oh, this is I feel like this is the kind of movie you need to do that for.
I'm very, very stingy about my IMAX. I've gone and seen the Star Trek movies in IMAX, Harry Potter, but... Oh, and Gravity, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Went and saw Gravity in IMAX.
I actually didn't, but I should have.
Yeah, didn't you say you watched Gravity, like, on, like... disc? Was that not you?
That was not me.
Okay. Someone said they like actually got it from the Redbox. I was like, that movie is pointless if you don't see it on the big screen.
Yeah.
It's also pointless if you see it on the big screen.
Valid point. But it was like pretty, right? Like
Yes.
if you don't pay any attention to the story or anything going on, it's like great to watch. If you take it home and watch it, what do you have left?
I don't know.
Nothing. Because it's a
Nothing.
stupid story.
This.
It makes no sense whatsoever. I walked out of the theater and everyone was like super jazzed and I was like, yeah, but, and everyone was just like, shut up, Corey. It's like, okay.
That's what happened with me too. I was like, that was so dumb, and they were like, shut your mouth.
It was biblical.
So I don't know, maybe with a little distance, if I watched it with those people again, like on the small screen, they'd get it. That's
Maybe.
gonna be it. I'm gonna make them watch it and be like, this is what you put me through. I sat through this. Yeah. So maybe Heather will see that with her mom. John will see it in Redbox. I will listen to both of them tell me about it. We'll go from there.
2 years from now, you'll get my opinion all about it.
Exactly. What I will see in theaters, a 22 Jump Street
Me too.
trailer. That was awesome. Am I right? 21 Jump Street was probably like the best surprise ever in terms of a comedy, right? Because I think if you're like me, you were a little skeptical, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I watched 21 Jump Street when I was little.
Oh, did you?
I'm that old. Yes.
You're not that old. You're like a year older than me. You just had old person taste.
So you were watching that show when you were like a toddler? Because that's
When
when
was
it
it on?
Yeah.
I watched it. I don't know. I remember.
Well, they had
That was in
reruns.
the 80s, right?
I remember Johnny Depp. I remember the guy. I remember them being in the bathroom and he had to throw up the drugs that he took. I remember a lot. I remember a red car. Rusty red car.
I love it.
Such detail.
The funny thing is, I watched it like in high school during PE, and I don't remember that many details. So
Really?
yeah, no,
21 Jump Street. No.
nope, don't remember
No.
that not at all.
Okay,
So it never made a huge impact on me. But yeah, like the movie comes out, you're like, this is one of those things I'm constantly asking: who asked for this? Who decided we needed 21 Jump Street as a movie? So I was already skeptical in that. And then I don't like Jonah Hill. And Channing Tatum, that's a long story. Well, it's not that long, actually. I think he seems like a very nice guy in real life. Yeah. I just don't enjoy watching anything he's in, like, ever.
Ever.
Pretty much, yeah, except 21 Jump Street.
Dragon.
Is he in How to Train Your Dragon?
He sure
Maybe
is.
this is part of the problem. Subconscious Jonah problems. We've solved it. We've cracked the case, guys.
How do you feel about Get Him to the Greek? Speaking of comedies that surprise
It has Russell Brand in it.
Okay.
So, no, I didn't
Let's
see
not
that.
go down that road.
I didn't see it. Okay. He's another person who I think is like a charming, nice human being.
Smart.
And super smart, even if I don't agree with him all the time. But I don't like watching him in movies. He just drives me crazy. But yeah, and then Channing Tatum I just thought of as like some meathead. So, like, really?
Did you see She's the Man? That was one of the funniest movies ever.
Oh, my RA loved that movie when I was in college, and she made me watch it, and I was just like, you know when you get, like, embarrassed chills watching something? Like, when you're just like, oh, everything about this is so embarrassing.
No, it's a great movie. It's a great movie.
I can't do it. I can't. Amanda Bynes
It's so funny.
Oh, have you seen this?
No, I have not.
It's like...
It's so funny.
Amanda Bynes has to play, like,
it's Shakespeare.
A dude. Yeah, that doesn't just make something good automatically.
It's hilarious.
It's no 10 Things I Hate About You. Let me tell you that.
Hilarious.
Oh, I've been sitting on my foot. It's asleep. All right, we're back. All right, back in action. We're gonna have to agree to disagree there. May add this to the list of movies we have to like watch together and justify.
The part with Gouda.
Gouda?
Come on. See, you don't even pay attention.
You don't even know.
This was like 8 years ago or something like that. I mean, how much can I be expected to remember?
Did you know? Hold on.
All right, talk it to me.
Did you know that the girlfriend, the bad girlfriend in that movie, the blonde, who was always after the brother, you know what I'm talking about?
Vaguely.
Well, anyone else might.
Yeah, people watching will know.
Was the maid in American Horror Story, the hot maid, the redhead.
In which?
Season 1.
Season 1.
Oh. Da-na-na-na. It's good to know. That was The More You Know, in case you were wondering.
I was just watching.
You're just watching my little star. I did not know that, but now I do. So, hey.
So
we're learning
Tatum
things.
Was in things before, like, Magic Mike?
Wasn't he in Step Up?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah?
he was.
Yeah, that's what I think of it. I had a roommate who loved the Step Up, like any dance movie, which is the opposite of me because I hate every dance movie.
He's too good for it now, though. He's not in like the latest one, which is sort of like the best of, kind of like Fast 4 or 5, you know, like where they got the whole
like the whole cast comes
team
back together.
Yeah.
Right. I actually didn't know that about Step Up. But yeah, isn't that where he met his wife too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so there's that. Who was on Mindy Project this past week as well, or 2 weeks ago. Yeah, his wife was on Mindy Project. So they're both coming up in the world. I don't know. It seemed like I was just like, this is going to be a stupid movie. And I think I actually watched it on a plane because I couldn't be bothered to go to the theater and see 21 Jump Street. It was really funny.
Super funny.
Super funny and super surprising. And I don't. Do you have a different opinion? You're just
about 21 Jump Street.
Yeah.
No, I love that movie.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
How did you guys feel about the Johnny Depp cameo?
That was like amazing. I like died. I was so
even
surprised.
though you didn't grow up with it. Like I imagine Heather would be more tickled than you.
I was, and the other guy was with him too from 21 Jump Street. The other guy, his partner.
I don't know who the other
that guy.
is. Sure. Who is the other guy? Like, is he like a person? Like,
yeah.
Like he's like I should know who he is.
Yes.
Are you looking him up, or are you just
no?
Okay. Well, the other guy was in it. I'm sure if I were like watching it right now, I'd be like, "Oh, it's that guy." But
he has the note. I'm looking at him.
Whoa! Don't put yourself out there. I don't know. I can't picture him. Do you?
No. I just pictured them all in the disguises.
Right.
They were all wearing beards, right? Or is that just
like
Johnny Depp?
That was just I don't know. They had a whole lot going on. Heather sings as she Googles. I don't know. Did you find it?
No, not yet. I'm slow.
Oh. In the meantime, also, Peter Stormare, your one guy, is in 22 Jump Street. You remember we were talking about him and he says something in a commercial you were trying to get me to remember?
Yeah!
What was it?
B-Dub in the house.
That's it! Do you remember these commercials?
I don't know.
She was trying to explain this to me and I have no recollection of these commercials at all. And then, like, she started describing him. I was like, oh, I think maybe it's Peter Stormare. And, yeah. And so he's in 22 Jump Street as well. And Heather's into him. Like, an actor. Oh, I didn't know you were, like, that kind of into him. That's a...
He's a good actor.
He is, yeah. I am for that. Although, I was watching U571, which I watch periodically because I'm weird. And is that what it was? I think it was in that he plays like an American like soldier and he has the worst accent in the history of time and it was really distracting because he's like European.
U571, is that the ghost story in the submarine? Or
no, that's Below.
Oh, okay.
The Aronofsky one.
Yeah. Okay,
who is he, Heather?
Peter DeLuise.
Oh! The dad from Wizards of Waverly Place, right? Yeah! Wait, click him.
We're lucky we know the name.
It's Dom DeLuise's son.
What?
I'm pretty sure.
That's not true.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Click him.
I'm clicking.
Do it.
There's no wizards.
Is there another son, maybe? I know that there's multiple DeLuises, but...
You know him. Hold on, I'll send it to you.
Okay, send me it, and we'll see. I don't know. There's a DeLuise on Wizards of Waverly Place, which is an awesome show. I'm just saying. Did either of you guys ever watch it?
No.
Once again, and this is becoming a theme, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you have no idea. I should just assume you have never
live
seen
in a
anything. Hole. Yeah, let's see. Peter DeLuise. Oh, that's the other one. That's not the one that's in that. But I'm pretty sure he's also...
You've seen his face a million times.
21 Jump Street. 16 Wishes. Stargate. He was on Stargate. He looks familiar, but I can't, like, super place him. But I trust you that he was on 21 Jump Street.
Nickname Choo Choo. That's important.
Oh, that's cute. He's 6'2". Well, in IMDb, so that means he's like 6 foot. That's pretty tall. Yeah, he's Dom DeLuise's son. Sorry, he's Dom DeLuise's son, and his brother Michael DeLuise. That must be the one who was on Wizards. I don't know. Oh, and then I navigated away. I fail. No, who's the other one? There's another one somewhere. I don't know. You guys, I'm sorry.
You start talking about 22 Jump Street and you get into the politics of the DeLuise family.
I know, right? I feel like maybe his name's David. Maybe that was his name on Wizards of Waverly Place. I should stop guessing. No, this is what we do.
Yeah.
We're wrong in debates. This is how it works. 22 Jump Street. It looks funny.
It's really funny.
I don't know. What stuck out in that trailer to you?
God, I sound so dry, but I think the dynamic between Tatham and Jonah... Tatum? There's no H. Just the Tatum.
H. Yeah, just...
Tater Totter and Jonah, I think that really works, and they're continuing that, and that they just put him in a ton of ridiculous situations, and
Ice Cube is obviously a highlight as well.
I could use some Sean Puffy Combs, though.
Oh, no? Not so much.
Not
a P. Diddy fan?
So arrogant.
He makes movies better.
So arrogant.
Okay. What is he in?
Arrogance.
He's in Get Him to the Greek.
Oh, well.
Okay.
This is clearly, arrogance is like a big sin for Heather. This is why she was so mad at me about being cocky last week.
I was not mad.
You weren't mad, no. But, like, marginally offended is probably a better way of looking at it. What I said was that false modesty is silly and you should just own it if you're super good at stuff.
And then she held up a cup.
And then
it said good.
It said good. Yeah, and I still hold to it. But yeah, she's not for the arrogance, which is fine. I'm glad you're not arrogant. It's a good thing. But yeah, I'm really excited. But I forgot that Ice Cube was like the whatever he is in this, and so when I saw him again, I was like, yeah, fist bump, so good. Yeah, I was really excited about that.
I was excited to see the other Franco still in it.
I was just gonna.
God, not Dave Franco.
He's funny.
No, he's the worst. All the Francos do is just be the Francos in everything. That's not acting, and they're obnoxious. I don't like them. I don't like them at all.
I like you.
You don't get to come on our podcast, Dave Franco.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
What about the arrogance?
You're not invited. Yeah, what about the arrogance?
No.
Of all people, the Francos are like the most arrogant people on the planet.
No.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I don't know. Are they? Maybe. I've never met them.
We just talked about this. Now he's playing devil's advocate. And it's problematic. No one ever wants to agree. Everyone always wants to agree with Heather. Nobody wants to agree with me.
I gotta play both sides.
Gosh. I don't like them. So that was a little bit of a negative. But I do. The thing is, I actually don't hate like all movies he's in though. Like I love Fright Night with Dave Franco in it. He also gets murdered. Have you seen Fright Night? Oh, it's so good. Have you seen Fright Night?
I don't know.
Colin Farrell,
No.
David Tennant. Who are you, Blay?
Colin Farrell.
Oh yeah, Colin Farrell is.
Arrogant.
That's my dog barking. Gaucho.
Oh, baby.
Pause. Whoops. You guys can still talk. You don't have to be silent.
Hey, John.
Hi. So, 22 Jump Street, huh?
It's gonna be good.
What about, did any of the scenes stick out to you?
The hand-holding one.
The hand-holding, yeah. See, I feel like this is a really quick, maybe unfair analysis, but I feel like even though it's a lot of the humor, I love it, but it ultimately comes from sort of like them playing off the sort of homoeroticism between the two, or the implied, like, you know what I'm saying? Or also like Jonah Hill, like always, like, adopting, like, being awkward, I guess, right?
I really like when they take masculine people, like hyper masculine, like Channing Tatum, and they put them in not masculine, typically masculine situations. So when he has to hold his hand, I think it's really funny.
That's how, yeah, I agree.
It sounded like a good conversation we were having.
John wanted to get mad, and I said, no, John, we're not going to get mad at that.
She diffused it, yeah.
She's good at that. It's very difficult to really argue with Heather.
No, it's not.
That's true. Yeah, we just had a heated debate a few minutes ago. But you are good at diffusing these things. What else?
There's a dog in the room now?
There's a dog in the room now. He was barking at a small child. Yeah.
Well, that small child had it coming.
I'm sure she did. So take that, child.
Yeah.
Let the record show it was Heather who said an awful thing about a child this time and not me.
Did not say an awful thing about a child.
You said she had it coming.
Barking.
She had it coming. Hey, Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
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 Look at this. He catches on.
I know musicals.
Who would have thought?
I'm really putting a caricature of myself out there. You don't know what Coachella is, but you know musicals are. All right, let's do it.
Yep, it's fine. Okay, so 22 Jump Street. We better start talking Marvel.
Yeah.
Captain America, Winter Soldier. What did you guys think?
America!
I'm gonna be the contrarian. I didn't hate it. Don't get me wrong. I think people overhyped it, and I was expecting something that wasn't gonna be super predictable, and like, yeah, it was like every plot point you knew at the beginning of the movie what was gonna happen.
Especially
if you're like me and spoiled every plot point before you even went to the cinema.
I thought it was great.
But like plot-wise...
Plot-wise, it was fine!
What is the sound that just came out?
The higher the pitch is, like, the more, like, you can't even believe
That's
what
like,
you're
yeah,
saying.
just
What are you
pure
saying?
indignation.
What are you saying?
Yeah. Okay, as always, explain to me, Heather.
It was great! You weren't entertained? Were you not entertained?
I said I didn't hate it. It wasn't that I hated it. It was just that like, the way that people talked about it, and, like, compared to how we've discussed, the first one was so meh. You know, that was, like, French meh. And so I was, like, expecting something that was, like, gonna be on par with, like, the Iron Man movies and stuff like that. And then this was, like, it was just so predictable. Like, my friend Bhargavi was sitting there, and, like, at the beginning of the movie, she just started, like, calling out everything that was gonna happen. And it did. And it's not like she's from India. She doesn't even, like, know anything about American pop culture. So it's not like she was going off of, like, our tropes or whatever.
But she's also
like,
super intelligent. Like, she, you know.
That's not the point.
Well,
being intelligent doesn't mean you can predict plot points and things.
If you pay attention, I don't know.
I'm just saying.
So you're saying it's predictable, therefore plot not that great.
Yeah, because it was, like, just so standard. And I don't want to give it away.
Anything.
Oh, no spoilers here?
Really?
Well,
there's a bug on my wall.
I can't help you. I'm sorry. What kind of bug is it?
A beetle.
A beetle? Oh, I don't like beetles. Beetles are scary. Beetles, spiders. I don't like bugs. Sorry.
Keep going. I'm listening. I'm just making sure it's staying there.
I am only thinking about bugs now.
Well, Captain America's apartment was bugged by Nick. Is that a spoiler? No.
Fury.
These are just details. I'm,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I normally never censor myself.
Okay.
It's not technically related to the movie itself.
Not.
But I was seated next to a woman.
Okay.
She was very elderly.
Okay.
She was like an SNL character. And she kept responding out loud to everything. She was like, oh, oh, look at that. Or like that. Oh, no, that's very bad. And I was just like, oh. And then she had her 2 grandchildren, I guess, with her. And one was like 3, and the other was maybe 5 tops. And every time Samuel L. came on the screen, the little one would say, that's Nick Fury. And after the first 12 times, because he's in the
You're
movie
like, no
a lot,
crap, kid.
I had that's Nick Fury, and this is very bad. Watch this, and I'm.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so that happened. So
No.
anyway, sorry.
No. I walk out of there or I say something. That's ridiculous.
That was exactly what the audience was like when I went to see Grand Budapest Hotel, but it was everybody who was doing that. But especially the lady sitting in front of us, just the whole time like, oh, oh dear, oh no.
That's Owen Wilson. Did you know? He's in other films by this director.
Pretty much, yeah. We went and saw it at a drive-in.
Yeah, you can't.
So...
I can't even believe you're even commenting on the movie, having seen it in that condition.
I think it's perfect for Captain America.
I don't disagree, but I mean, there's like a experience of seeing it at the drive-in, which is great, and you know, it's like Americana and like all this stuff attached, cultural baggage. But then there's also like sitting down to appreciate it, not in a car that's really uncomfortable, or like with a bunch of people that are commenting all the time, and
like there is
who you
that.
went to go see it with.
Yeah,
sure
no, and Wes pointed out
a lot
afterwards,
of
he was
banter
like,
and jokes going on.
Yeah, he was like, I'm sure, you know, in a different setting with people who, you know, aren't picking it apart, it might be different. So there is that. It's just the predictability because people had built it up so much before I went and saw it. So I was expecting something different, something where you're not like, that good guy is clearly the villain the first time you see him, you know?
Okay, I'll give you that part, but I still liked it.
That's fine. It was fun.
I find it strange. So you're saying it's not even in the same echelon as the, and I wouldn't say Iron Man's. I would say Iron Man maybe, because I mean, when I think of like the best MCU movies now, I would say this is definitely the top 3.
Okay, what's the top 3 for you?
If I really had to break it down, if we want to be all like let's listy and stuff, it would probably be Avengers, and then Iron Man, and probably now Winter Soldier. I think it's that strong.
Yeah, you guys were in sync on that. Good. Did you plan this? Maybe if people hadn't built it up, it would be on that level.
Like I said, I spoiled everything for myself because I just do that.
Why?
I'm not into this. Like, I just want to know things, and so
I hate that.
But and people were saying it's like better than Avengers, which is kind of ridiculous.
That's silly.
They were saying it's like the Dark Knight of the MCU, and it's because it's so mature and adult with its like ridiculous helicarrier plot. What?
No, no, it's not that. And maybe I'd have to think further on it in where it ranks in the MCU. But I really like Iron Man 1 and 3. 2 is meh.
I didn't like 1. Sorry, John.
Oh, that's right. But she likes 3.
I love 3.
Like 3.
3 gets a lot of unfair criticism.
Yeah, I don't understand the crap Iron Man 3 gets. And so...
It's fanboys.
I would be...
It's all you listening.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
You're the problem.
You're the problem.
It's good. Alienate the audience, John.
They're like, awesome. Well, actually, I kind of liked Iron Man 3 too. I know you did. Speak up. You gotta speak up.
Yeah, we've said on multiple occasions how much we love Iron Man 3, and we've never had anyone argue with us on that. So, I don't know. Maybe now we will. But usually people are pretty vocal when we say things that are wrong.
So people hated Iron Man 3 for a number of reasons. The reveal of the Mandarin. I don't know if I want to spoil that. I don't know what I'm allowed to say.
I think you can spoil that. Okay. It's old enough to spoil.
Well, the switcheroo with, the Mandarin actually being not, what's his face? Ben Kingsley.
Yeah.
But
Guy Pearce.
Guy Pearce instead. Anyway, so they had a problem with that. But the other thing was the humor, cool. Right? And so, what did you two think of the humor in this film? Because that's
people thought it.
They thought it had way too much. It was like and that's why I loved it. It's like funny. The movie's hilarious. Iron Man 3.
Funny. The funny thing is, I find that in some ways it's like pretty ridiculous, like with the bunny with boobs and stuff like that. But it was so much darker than I think. Like
they're supposed to be
most
hands.
of them. Yeah, they're totally boobs.
Okay. They CGI'd little bunny, fingerprints onto the chest.
Did they?
Yeah, because they were in testing. They realized those look like breasts, and the internet was all like, "Why does that giant bunny have boobs?"
Yeah,
and so if you look in the film, there's like little spots where it's like they're actually hands. So no one, it didn't fool anybody.
No, those are clearly boobs.
No, they're like those are just multiple nipples.
Heather, do you remember this at all?
No.
You look so confused. He gets Pepper this giant 10-foot bunny.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's got if they're hands, they're here, and it looks like a rabbit with giant boobs, and I thought that was the joke.
As did I forever.
Yeah,
turns
I have
out
to see it again.
Yeah. Well, I did just watch it again because he lent it to me the other day. But yeah, I loved that. So I don't know. I feel like I would put 1 and 3 of the Iron Mans above this Captain America. But I don't know.
I wouldn't disagree with. I think it's a level of degrees, right?
Yeah.
It's definitely one of the stronger MCU films. Compared to the first one, which, by the way, people like to hate on the first one too. But the first 45. Are we gonna do the faces now? The first 45 minutes of that film are actually really good. I think. I really like that.
In fairness, I haven't watched it in a while.
Okay.
We own it, but I have not.
It just falls victim to the superhero origin story where, the first part, Batman Begins is the same way, is really, really good and intriguing. And then as soon as they put on the costume and assume the character, they don't know how to do, mostly it's the third act, but it's some of the second act, too. It just doesn't work.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I think that's a fair assessment. Why do you hate it so much, Heather?
I was bored.
Oh, well, that'd be a problem.
I fall asleep all the time watching that movie now. It's bad.
When you say you fall asleep to a bad movie, it then makes me a little offended that you fell asleep listening to us the other day. The truth comes out.
Ooh, well, I wouldn't say the two are
ouch.
Mutually exclusive? Is that using that term right?
I don't.
No,
I get where you're going with it, but yeah. No, I don't. Yeah, with Captain America, I just the plot was distracting and it was built up too much. So there's that, but it was enjoyable. It was fun. It
was really fun. You remind me of people who hated Pacific Rim.
I didn't hate Pacific Rim. It was just
I hated Pacific Rim.
John.
I think. In Pacific Rim, they should have taken out that "It's Always Sunny Guys" thing because it made no sense whatsoever.
Oh, he was the best part of the movie.
It made no sense.
Entertaining.
It made no sense. But it was entertaining. That's the thing, is I was in it the whole time. Afterwards, I was that movie made no sense. But I was in it. I'm totally good with that. that was
I think
fine.
the thing with Pacific Rim is that they went crazy with Charlie Day's character and the other scientists, and they were the best part. They should have like just played up the whole over the top like anime, as opposed to trying to have this like serious interpersonal drama between the characters that. And like you have Idris Elba, use that man. Use that man. They didn't use it. Was like it was a bad character for him. Giant robot battles, great,
amazing. That's another one.
Monster movie I always wanted to see.
Yeah, like, and that's a hard one. I don't know how much I'd love it like at home the way I enjoyed it in the theater, because one of the things that was amazing about that was just like that you really got the scale of how huge these things were. You know, you're like looking at it and you're just like, I feel tiny. Seeing like buildings and buses and trucks and things compared to them, you're just like, so that was, I have no problem with that. I don't pick apart everything because of the plot. It's just when it distracts me that like when you're trying to hide something in a plot that's very obvious, like who Bucky is or who like Robert Redford is and like all these kinds of things, you're like, oh, it's so obvious from minute one. Just don't do the whole tease the whole time. Like, we know.
Is it? I mean, I feel like
I liked it.
But did you, Heather, did you immediately know, like, oh, that Robert Redford looks a little shady?
I knew Robert Redford was bad.
Yeah. He let that out of the bag.
Spoilers. Just FYI. That was...
Spoilers. He's only, I mean, yeah.
That's okay. Oops, no, it's fine.
Let's not talk about this.
I'd say it was obvious, but, you know.
Yeah.
But I didn't know the rest. Like, I didn't know it was going to be Bucky.
Really?
I didn't.
Yeah, see, because, I mean, that's what they're counting on. Like, people like me, I know it's Bucky. I've actually read the comic, not that you need to at all. But, so, like, but the general audience, I've heard, when I was in the theater, and I went twice, I heard a few gasps.
Really?
I had no idea that would be him.
That's hilarious.
I didn't know he was going to be significant. I just thought he was just, you know.
It was like when they showed him in the beginning, like, you know, and they give like the whole like thing about him. I was like, gee, I wonder if we're going to see him again.
I wonder if he'll have something to do with this.
I didn't know. Because I don't remember a lot from the first movie. So I just thought they were just trying to like fill in.
Yeah.
In case
Which they
people
do a lot.
Seen.
Yeah, there's a lot of filling in and reminding. It was like watching Game of Thrones last week. Yes. I pointed out. Oh my gosh,
Game of Thrones!
Last night.
Yeah, I read about it.
Wow.
So there's that.
That's a big deal. How did we not put that on the list?
Purple Wedding. We can transition.
Yeah. Well, okay. This is going to be the Fan Cave Extra again, so that we don't ruin it for everybody. Okay. So we'll finish talking Marvel, and then we'll cut it off, and we'll discuss this. Go to YouTube, and we'll talk about the Purple Wedding from last night. But yeah, let's finish up this Marvel talk. We've got like maybe 5 more minutes. Yeah, about 5 more minutes.
It's what's the worst MCU film time?
Here's the thing: I haven't seen The Incredible Hulk. Oh. So,
which one?
The Marvel Studios one. No, so that's with Edward Norton. Man?
Wait. Oh, what?
Who's
which
in
question?
It?
Oh, Edward Norton.
Yeah, Edward Norton.
I like that one.
Okay, so I can't rank properly because I haven't seen that. Okay. So I would say the first Captain America.
Oh, really?
I think. But I don't know, like...
What about the other Hulk?
That's not in the... Okay, so name the movies that count as MCU.
Iron Man on. Okay, you name them? Okay, I'll name them. Sorry.
Yeah, name them all. So
Iron Man, Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, Thor, Captain America, the First Avenger, The Avengers, Iron Man 3, Thor, The Dark World, and most recently, Captain America, Winter Soldier.
I would put it a tie between Thor and Captain America, the first one, personally. Maybe Thor slightly underneath. So Thor is the worst to me. What do you guys think?
John's not going to like me.
Wait, what? Why?
Because I only like 3 of them.
Oh,
and the rest
all the others are bad?
Ooh, wow. Which ones do you like?
I like
You like Incredible Hulk? Yeah.
I liked it, yeah. That's true, so 4.
Okay, 4. Yeah.
Avengers, Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 3, and this Captain America. And the rest can go to hell.
Wow.
I can't necessarily, like, I can defend the first part of Captain America.
Yeah.
And I can defend certain scenes in Thor because I think Kenneth Branagh really got I mean, the scenes between Loki and Odin are really good.
Yeah.
It's like,
well, and it gives us Loki, which is
right.
great.
Tom Hiddleston, great. But yeah, overall, Thor and its sequel are like deeply flawed.
Yeah.
Iron Man 2 is deeply flawed, but it still has Robert Downey.
Yeah, and I was amused by it, even though it was objectively not good. I can take myself out of it and be like, that was a bad movie, but when I was in the theater, I was still like, oh man, that's cool. He's got whippy things that he's whipping around. And
yeah, I would say the MCU
Mickey
movies,
Rock.
I'm always in when I'm in the theater. It's when I leave that I start to like realize, wow, that was actually pretty bad. Like, so I think they're good at like not trying to do too much.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, no, maybe not.
Oh.
What is X-Men?
That's Sony?
Fox.
Yeah. That's who does that. Oh. Yeah, so it's not technically that. That's like a whole other thing altogether, because I love me some X-Men. I don't have any on my shirt, but I'm wearing my Marvel.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
Oh, nice.
I was trying to dress for the occasion. Yeah, it does have Iron Man, though.
I see him.
There's some Hulk somewhere on here.
I think I see some Hulk.
I see him on your shoulder.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, yeah. There we go.
Arm.
And so it begins.
Yeah.
Oblique.
Awesome. Black Panther. Where's some Black Panther, by the way?
There's a lot missing from... I'm sorry. I'm now, like, examining my shirt super hardcore. Oh! I'm trying to debate whether we should talk about the after-credit scenes, too. Just thinking of, like, characters coming in.
I have a theory about Age of Ultron that has nothing to do with spoilers.
Okay.
If we want to end it looking forward.
Yeah, we're going to end on this Age of Ultron prediction.
So a lot of people are wondering, because Hank Pym in the comic books, Ant-Man, is the creator of Ultron, the father of Ultron. And there's really interesting sort of like father-son relationship between the two. That's not going to be the way it is in the MCU.
Right.
They're not introducing Ant-Man until a couple months after Avengers 2 comes out. And so people are speculating, how does Ultron get created? Is it through an organization like AIM or Hydra or some other third party? But most people think, well, there is someone who tinkers with AI and machines already, and especially due to the teaser that I think was at last year's Comic-Con, maybe?
Yes.
Yeah, when they announced the title. Gosh, I don't know.
Yeah, that was this
It was an
past
Iron
year,
Man helmet
2013.
being banged up and hammered until eventually revealed to be an Ultron face.
Right.
So people are thinking it's Tony Stark. I agree with this theory. So now, where does it come from? And people for the longest time thought it was Jarvis, but now we've learned that Jarvis is going to be played again by Paul Bettany.
Bill Bettany.
By Paul Bettany, and he's going to be the Vision, which everyone's really excited about. But who creates the Vision? Ultron. So we still don't know who Ultron is. However, if you look at the end of Iron Man 3, and this is why it's not a spoiler, because it's just the end, and while Tony Stark is driving away, he's carrying one of his other AI buddies with him. Dumb E, the sort of like the remote control claw.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Right? And so it's like a really simple AI that Tony has always abused verbally. Mm-hmm. My theory is he somehow cracks, he like, to prove his genius, he makes this really simple AI into an advanced cybernetic life form that he's going to use to sort of like police the world for good, probably. However, Ultron, I don't know, it turns against him, and so there's also there's the same father-son kind of relationship, but then there's also a rivalry with Jarvis, who is always treated better and given more things. So once Dummy becomes Ultron, he takes control of Jarvis, turns him into a Vision to be his minion. I don't know. Whoa. It seems like Dummy is going to be Ultron to me.
Okay, I can buy that. Here's my question. Are you okay with it? As opposed to the Hank Pym story.
Is that for me?
Yeah.
Oh,
or for Heather, either way. I don't know that Heather cares one way or
okay?
another. Are you okay with it? Are you okay with his scenario?
Yeah, I don't mind.
You don't mind?
I'm not a purist.
That's true, yeah. Yeah, I think, it's one of the fun things about these movies is that they don't have to stick to what the comics say and things like that. I think this is an iffy one, but I'm curious. If your theory is correct, I think that's actually, it's an interesting way of looking at it.
There's some holes. Like, why would he use Dummy as a foundation on which to build this advanced AI. It doesn't really make sense.
Maybe not.
Why would he do it in the first place? Why isn't he making an AI other than to maybe the AI?
You're not supposed to ask these questions.
Oh. Okay.
It's ridiculous.
Anyway, yeah.
It just makes sense. It just is what it is, and that's it. Marvel, if you want John to write for you, he comes up with some great storylines here too. So there's that. Yeah, so we're gonna cut off and talk some Game of Thrones. So that's it for lucky number 13 episode of Electric Fan Cave on electricfeast.com. Many thanks to John Vanderhoef for coming here. Where can we find you on the internet?
You can find me at John Vanderhoef on Twitter, and that's where you need to find me, I guess.
You don't have like a blog or a website or anything?
Nothing I want to advertise. Thank you for having me on, though.
Any old time. And as always, we love to hear from you, listeners/viewers. So comment, email, whatever. And don't forget to subscribe to us on iTunes, Stitcher, YouTube, Tumblr, and hit up electricfeast.com for the blog post where you can watch, read, and listen to all the things we referenced in this episode. I want to give a shout out to Thomas Q from the Twitter, who writes, "Am I like the only one who's obsessed with this podcast? Love the awkward talk and love you, Heather." Yeah.
Hey, guy.
So we sure hope you're not the only one obsessed with it, Thomas Q, but if you are, we salute you. Any final words, Heather?
Thanks, Thomas Q.
Thanks, Thomas Q. Oh my god. Like little Tommy Q from Instant Star. I'm sorry, that's a Canadian television show. You know nothing about it. I should introduce you to it because it's so good. Anyway, Thomas Q, we love you, especially Heather. And, yeah. Excelsior!
Is that what we do?
Yeah. Did you get to that part before you fell asleep?
Wait, what part?
Where
I
we
fell
were
asleep
talking...
to you two talking, by the way. Is that creepy?
That's what she does for
That's
like a
what I do.
living.
Okay.
Is lull people to sleep while talking.
Oh, great. Yeah.